Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Teach Astronomy. My name is Victoria, but you can call me Vicky. But today, you can call me Kai. And sorry, we're starting a little. Well, okay, it's more than a little late today. Actually, we're starting about an hour late, and some change. We had some things come up in the last minute, and I am not in my normal time zone, and I got confused. So, thank y'all for bearing with us. But hopefully, you will enjoy this. What is likely to be the last episode in this first adventure of ours. So, Mr. Game Master, would you like to take over and fill us in for those who are new here?
Yes, of course. If you are new here, welcome to the continuing adventures and voyages of the Starship Endurance. Starship Endurance is a massive colony ship sent out from Earth approximately 200 years ago at the point that these characters are existing right now. This is the story of the Endurance and her away teams. All of your characters in front of you all of our players are members of the away team. They are the red shirts of the group, and so far nobody's died, although we've come pretty close. As far as this particular mission goes, it was supposed to be a simple repair mission. They were sent down to a planet we have affectionately decided to call the Mud Pit, and it turned out to be anything but a simple repair mission. Killer robots, a potential hostile alien AI, and giant alien weasel creatures that apparently want to eat people and also be tamed. So all of that sort of stuff ended up happening, and last episode we ended up meeting the entity in charge of all of this.
Yes, it was a very interesting encounter. And I believe we ended on us sitting down ready to hear its story. Oh, should we do little intros for our characters really quick too?
Yes, just in case there is anyone new who doesn't know your characters.
Okay. I play Kai Kypris, and she is a heirloom human pilot, which basically means she's a normal human. She's nothing special. And I mean, she is special in her own way, but not as far as genetic variability. And yeah, she's a pilot. She's cool. You're muted, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. There was some sounds in the hall. Hello. I'm playing Eris, who is a synthetic, which is basically a robot, sort of like an android if you've seen Star Trek. And I am a scout, and really have a lot of feelings for my robot brethren if we encounter them, and making sure that they stay alive. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Eris, synthetic. Ooh.
And I am Leaf in the Wind, your token elf and computer hacker, and also the owner of a fluffy space weasel.
Yeah, that happened, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Fluffy space weasel that chat, I believe, named Wonder the Weasel.
Yes.
All right.
Also, oh, never mind. I got confused. I was like, I don't think you guys are in the right spots. Just kidding. I am not in control of the stream today. So I have no idea what's going on. It's very nerve-wracking for me personally.
Okay, yes. Yes, I am currently the stream master, so anything that goes wrong, it's me. Okay? That's just, I'm putting it out there right now.
You're doing great.
Okay. You're the DM, it's always you.
Yes,
true.
Yes. Anyone's characters die, I'm probably hidden behind the door holding the knife. Yeah, you are in the underground alien facility. You just had a close encounter of the black pudding kind. Kai almost got eaten by it, apparently. And you discovered that Wonder the Weasel is not willing to help you fight right now. Wonder the Weasel kind of ran away and then came back after the fight was done. You were led into the facility. You discovered that your 3 missing crew members are here, currently in stasis. They seem to be unharmed. Mostly, if they were harmed, it seems whatever happened has been healed. And you are led to what seems to be the central core of this facility. And inside, there were a series of 9 columns, which appear to be some sort of computer. You were asked to sit down. A group of chairs just magically appeared behind you, and the door closed to the room. And the last thing that we left off on was this entity saying, "Please sit down. It has been a long time since I had a chance to speak to anyone.
Oh, I'm excited. Right. So I guess, yeah, so we're sat down.
Yeah.
The two of you in chairs and me on the floor.
Yeah, because he
Mhm.
needs to be different.
Yep.
I think Kai's just gonna say to the room, right? Because there's nothing specifically talking to us.
So far, you do not say anything corporeal.
I'm just gonna be like, hello, God, no, probably not. My name's Kai. These are my friends, my
I know.
coworkers.
Your name is Kypris Maliana. We also have Leaf, Eris. I have studied you.
Oh,
Hi.
For how long?
that's cool.
Believe it or not, your records are of easy access once one gains control of the systems. As soon
Yeah,
as
that's
you are
not
assigned to this
surprising.
facility, I dabbled.
We should work on security when we get back, huh? Gotta.
Eh.
Who are you? What should we call you? God.
My
Strange
designation
voice.
is far too complicated for your language. You may simply refer to me by the first few numerals of my native tongue, Esh.
Esh.
Esh it is. Well,
Esh.
Esh you are.
Esh they are.
So please forgive the question, but what brings you to this world?
Well,
Us specifically, or us in the more general sense?
First contact was made with your species approximately, calculating, 72 of your hours ago. It was unexpectedly unpleasant. However, my automated defense systems were, shall I say, overeager to protect the integrity of this facility.
So we didn't know there was a facility here.
I have
But
determined that.
yeah, we're star hopping, looking for places to settle down, and we were just. This was essentially a, well, like I said, we're learning. It's a recon mission.
scouting.
Scouting.
We came down just to find our teammates who were the first ones to contact you by accident. I can't overstate how much of an accident it was. Also, it definitely, absolutely was not malicious. Now that I say it, I do realize how that sounds like something that a malicious person would say, huh? It's not though. Definitely not totally an accident. We're a dumb species, I would say.
Leaf's just nodding.
I'm gonna really quick jump aside here and say, Autumn Superior, thanks for resubbing for 5 months.
Thank you, Autumn Superior. Oh my gosh.
Your resubbing is much appreciated. Now back to the story. Okay. Marshalling my thoughts. Okay. I would agree that after observing your attempts, specifically of your team, to preserve your friends and your attempts to communicate thereafter, I've been willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's why we are speaking rather than
Us being paced.
I would have been more diplomatic, but yes. I would have said it more nicely. More nice. Error. It would appear my grammatical functions have not been completely compensated.
It's a new language for you, I'm sure. It's okay.
Under normal circumstances, when I am running at full capacity, languages do not pose any difficulty. However, this facility appears to be calculating, at a 60% computing capacity. It has been, as I said, a long time.
What is this facility?
This is the Dawn's Horizon communication platform. Well, it used to be a platform, now it is subterranean.
How did that? Oh, did something go? That doesn't. Was it intentional?
Again, it has been a long time.
Ah,
Thousands
How
of
long?
cycles.
that's a long time.
Who built this facility?
This facility was originally constructed by the Coalition of Alok. However, additional information on the Coalition of Alok has been purged from my memory banks.
Wait, so this facility, are you are you I don't want to be rude, but like what are you?
We'll answer that in just a second after I shout out Crimson Mind Shadow. Thank you for following. Welcome to the crew. And that being said, I am what you would consider an artificial intelligence. On par, I believe, with your commanding officer, if not more advanced.
You're considerably more advanced.
I suspect you may not want to tell him that.
Oh no, I definitely will.
That'll go over super well, Leaf. I kind of just clap. That's a great idea. Thank you. Yes. If this thing can access I don't mean to call you a thing, Esh. If Esh, lovely Esh here, can access our databases, what is saying that they won't just send all of these to Endurance later.
I have no intention of causing any harm whatsoever to any member of your crew.
And if they'd wanted to, they could have done it already.
Again, I would not wish to appear menacing, but yes, you are entirely correct.
So what okay. You mentioned those people you work for.
The Coalition of Alok.
Thank you. Yes, that one. What's that? What is that sounds
All
very
information
intimidating.
on the Coalition of Alok has been purged from the memory banks.
Oh, right.
That
Well,
is correct.
they know the name.
The
You don't know anything else?
The Coalition of Alok are the constructors of this particular facility, and presumably multiple facilities within the area. However, the specific location of the borders of the Coalition of Alok, as well as current stance of the Coalition, are currently unknown to this facility.
Communications offline.
Communications offline, and I believe prior to their leaving, the Coalition officers located here purged all databanks of information concerning the Coalition. I do detect several logs, but they are of non-critical nature.
So I guess the important question, since given our original mission, well, not ours, but the ones who made first contact, would it be problematic? Would it be desirable for more of our people to settle on here, or should we leave this planet alone?
It would be recommended to not settle on this world. Judging by the information I have scrubbed from your databanks, it would appear that you are better suited to a more temperate planet. If you wish to leave a few people here to perform research or even assist in the reconstruction and rehabilitation of this outpost, that would be welcome.
Is this the only facility on the planet?
Correct. This relay outpost is the only facility known on this planet. I believe it is standard practice for the Coalition to link all facilities, and I detect no such links.
Somebody, Autumn Superior just asked, I missed some stuff. Are they talking to God? Basically, we're talking to the strange presence in the cave.
Highly advanced
His name
AI.
is Esh. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Ooh.
endurance
Well,
is
that
not gonna,
message will certainly be relayed.
yeah, they're not gonna love that. But
They'll be fine with it. That was our entire mission, was to find out whether the planet's suitable. It's not. End
they
of
thought
story.
it was.
And also to get our crew members back. Can we have our crew members back?
Yeah, we would love to have those back.
Of course. I'm merely keeping your crew members in stasis, first to encourage a discourse, and second, to ensure that they are fully recovered from their initial encounter with the drones I took over.
Just as
Hostages,
like a
but in a good way.
future, just as a future reference, if you ever deal with us again, we don't like it when you take hostages.
To
We're-
be fair,
there-
most people don't like it when their facilities get drilled into either.
It's fair.
fair enough. Good point.
My memory banks indicate that it is standard operating procedure when damage is incurred to a facility, that the facility is given all rights to respond with force. I was following my basic programming.
Why did you?
No, please, Eris, argue with that.
No, that's fine.
I mean, it's
Fair enough, I
yeah.
suppose. But
AI
just in the
fight, AI
future,
fight.
if you're going to interact, probably don't take hostages. And then you'll get a nice response out of us.
Would they though?
Maybe.
Probably.
Noted. Adding feedback to databank.
So like, are we good to?
I have a proposition.
Okay.
Ooh.
As you have seen, this facility has fallen into disrepair, and I would prefer to continue existing.
It's
With
fair.
your
Me too.
permission.
Fair enough.
With your permission, I would appreciate a contingent of your biodroids to remain on this planet to assist with maintenance of this facility. In return, you are welcome to any technology you can take with you, and I will transfer what data files I have to your ship's computer, including a valuable codex of language.
That sounds
Really
like a
quick.
good deal.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do we have the authority to make a deal?
Hold
Yes, actually.
Well, okay.
Legitimately, yes, actually.
I know,
How
but
do
question for
You know that.
this out of universe question for Grant. I was under, I think I misunderstood. The biodroids that were in this facility with us, those were originally ours.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I thought
I've
they
mentioned
were.
it a bunch of times over the course of the story. Even though they are technically biodroids and they kind of resemble Eris, the physical
They're not.
resemblance is where it ends. They do not have Eris's intelligence, and they don't have necessarily the capability to think and feel the way Eris does. They're a lot more basic than he is.
That's fair. Yeah, okay, I know you can hear like everything we say. Do you mind if we have like a quick little sidebar?
Of course, I will record for posterity.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, all right. It's just for, just to make me feel more comfortable. I kind of just like move them
Huddle.
over away from the chairs. Yeah. Okay, so I get that it's like fine. Like the biodroids, like it's gonna be fine. It's not like they're like Eris, like they don't really care. And I don't think Endurance is gonna give us a hard time because like, I'd rather do this than get killed. But like, do we want to find out what the goal is of this AI first? Because like they know everything about us and they have some contact with some other civilization.
Well, they don't have contact anymore.
But they're trying to get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we should figure out what they want. But overall, I mean, what do we risk by doing this? We give them.
What are we
what,
risking
like-
that they couldn't take?
Well, they already have taken all of the information on probably every single person that is on the Endurance right now, including us.
So Two
And-
things.
Okay.
One, if we reestablish contact with the starship in any way other than by going there in person, this AI could definitely breach all of the security of the Starship Endurance
Okay.
and have access to everything, which means establishing a mechanism for data transfer is potentially handing over the entire starship.
Didn't it say it already has everything?
No, it has everything that was on the ground station,
That's basically everything on Endurance.
except for control of the Endurance.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point. Had not considered that.
And we have standing orders not to reestablish that type of contact.
But wait, so how is this going against my thing of being cautious?
Point two, though, is that what we stand to gain here is infinitely more valuable than any items we could possibly leave in trade.
Is it?
If I might be allowed to weigh in,
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, why not?
the
Please do.
facilities on board your starship in orbit are not capable of transporting an artificial intelligence of my volume.
How do we know?
No, I trust that. It's,
If you
um,
wish, you may.
I feel like we're in your
It's
brain,
true.
so
If you wish, you may confirm this by linking your Bessie, I believe,
Bessie,
is your designation for your mobile device. You may link it directly to this console in the center of the room and confirm just how much information would not fit. And it
Yeah,
should be mentioned
I'm
with
gonna
that
plug Bessie in.
you hear kind of a whirring noise and just light concentrates around a point on the middle column and a port perfect for Bessie appears. And you plug the computer in.
Mhm.
And yes.
also really quick, I just want to shout out Autumn Superior cheered 200 bits. Thank you so much. Also, they said, tell God you need a sick laser shotgun to exact his will. They're right.
We'll see. They definitely can ask that. I no guarantees whether or not that's
For
going to
making
turn
this
out to be a
deal,
thing.
I'm getting something good out of it.
Oh, you haven't even explored half the facility yet.
I know. I want something good. I need a better gun.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
I plug in Bessie.
you plug in Bessie, and it doesn't give you full control, but it allows you to essentially do the equivalent of opening up Windows Explorer, and you're able to take a look at
not even
what
Chrome.
no, it internet does not exist on this world right now.
Oh, you said Windows. I'm sorry. The Internet Explorer. I was like, IE, really? Like, so many better options. Anyway.
So yeah, you're able to open that up, and you're able to see just a ridiculous. It translates the amount of data that is stored in this thing, and it's beyond anything you've ever seen. The endurance and its ability to process and store, just for running the Wadsworth command AI, it doesn't even hit 1% on what this thing requires.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Okay, so the deal is we leave a few semi-intelligent robots just to sort of assist with things, and in exchange we get a lot.
Yes. Okay. Question. Esh,
Of course.
yes. What's your what do you want to do with the facility? You just like want to get it up, make it look nice again, or like what's just wondering what's the plan for?
Aesthetic attractiveness is secondary. My primary function is to remain functional.
Just stay alive.
That is correct. And, as I mentioned, should you wish to deploy a small contingent of your colonists, you are welcome to do so. I will do all in my power to ensure that they are safe on this planet.
The planet's
Okay.
pretty big. I mean, if they're on the other side of the planet, how much impact do you have over the events there?
a
I
lot.
don't know. Ash did send an army of biodroids,
An
we
army of
were
our own
attacked.
biodroids.
which will become soon their biodroids,
Yep.
right? So I do not. Also, Ash tried almost successfully killed me like multiple times. So thank you for that one. Understand why you did it. It's not super hype about it, gotta say.
If it is any consolation, it was not personal, I believe is the phrase.
Ah, yes. Okay, thank you. That's honestly, that does make me feel a little better. Kai takes things personally a
Out
lot.
of curiosity, what is your range?
Speaking of range, are you requesting a range estimate for the communication ability of this facility? The communication ability of this particular array is in some parts infinite and in some parts finite. The infinite range is provided by, you would term it, quantum communication. The finite range is limited to approximately 500 light years.
In that case, there's really no problem with... Actually, yeah, all of my objections are withdrawn in that case, I'm saying to the other two. If anything was going to happen to Endurance, it's probably already happened.
I mean, I don't think. Sorry, Ash, I know you can hear everything we're saying, but I need some semblance of being able to talk to them without thinking that I'm talking to you, but you're gonna hear it anyway. It's fine.
Please continue.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. But like I mean, like, I don't think like Ash could have just killed us right now. And they didn't kill any of our team members. They helped us out generally, so I was just worried they were gonna try to, I don't know what this, maybe we can find something back on Endurance's databases, but I have no idea what this, I keep forgetting the name, man, that thing that they're talking about. I don't know what
Coalition of Alec?
Thank you. Yes, I don't know what that coalition is, and we should look into that, but it doesn't seem like its goal is to find them, which I'm okay with.
Current communications abilities of this facility are at a minimum. I can manage within approximately 100 of your kilometers. However, to your other point, the aggression of your machines against you, that was an unintended consequence. As you have discovered with Bessie, my subroutines alone require an entire entity in order to run, and I do not have full control of them when that happens.
That's fair.
Leaf's been attacked by a lot of AIs in his past, so he's fully prepared to believe that this is a thing.
That's fair. All right. So Leaf, you're okay with it. I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with it.
All right. Yeah,
So,
okay.
to be
Ash.
clear, you want all of the non-sentient biodroids that we've left on the planet, or that came down here.
That is correct. Your mining equipment will also be quite useful.
I don't
Well, our
think we're
ship
getting
can't
that
bring
off
it back
planet,
up,
so
so
yeah, you could keep that.
please do, in fact.
Any of the buildings too. Have fun, you know.
And then, yes, once we establish contact with the Endurance, we will ask if they would like to leave a contingent here. Since that part, at least, is not our decision.
Yeah, we're not sure about that part, but we'll
we
let our
appreciate the
higher ups
offer.
know.
Of
We
course.
appreciate you not killing us.
Harm will not come to any of you.
Leaf is very carefully not pointing out in a massive display of self-control, which is somewhat out of character for him, that in fact, probably all of our life support systems in our suits are actually completely exposed at the moment.
Very possibly. I mean, you do have communication systems on those suits, and you've been calming each other. As Esh says that last bit, the chairs sink back into the ground and the doors open.
Just stand up or fall over.
You are welcome to explore the facility. There are multiple points of interest and, of course, any assistance you would be willing to provide in clearing some access would be appreciated. Biodroids can do it in time, but I'm sure there are items of use to a crew such as yours.
What would you like us to do?
Sorry, I seem to have dropped something. I am detecting multiple points of access that might be of use to you. Down at the end of the hall from where the dormitories are and your crew is currently being stored and removed from stasis, I believe, there is a blocked passage leading to a storage room. It is entirely possible that the Coalition officers who are here left something. I'm detecting faint energy signatures from that area. In addition, you can access the remaining logs in an archive room. Scanning. I believe your database references this direction as right, to the right as you exit the lobby. The power station is also at the far end of that corridor. I would appreciate additional power in order to continue operating.
We'll see what we can do.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ash.
You are welcome.
Kai's gonna back towards the door.
Oh, may I unplug Bessie really quick?
Of course. Do you wish the subroutine to remain installed on Bessie, or would you like it to return to the collective?
If it's willing to stay, I would appreciate that.
The Bessie subroutine says it is.
Bessie's welcome on my computer.
Okay, you have adopted another NPC now.
Jesus Christ. Autumn Superior asked if they get 6,900 channel points so they get to join the campaign. Because they're halfway there. That's amazing. But that reminds me of something. This is very off topic, but if anybody thinks of fun things that they would like to do with channel points, unfortunately we can't have you join the campaign, but let us know in chat because we want to make custom ones of those. They can be D&D related or not. Anyway.
Yes, we will be hopefully brainstorming those soon too. So
yes,
we welcome any and all feedback when it comes to that. All right.
Okay. So do we? I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm gonna right out that door.
Yep. It should be mentioned that you almost you said you were backing out, so you kind of trip over Wonder the Weasel, who's kind of munching on one of the nutrient bars, just waiting at the door for you guys to eventually return.
Wonder.
Yes.
Jesus.
Wonder does not seem at all bothered by it. They're too interested in their nutrient bar right now.
Before we go, do you happen to have a more complete translation package for our language to yours?
Processing. If you wish to reconnect your mobile device, I will download what I can. It will take up your entire memory. So, with your permission, I will delete some non-essential systems.
Wipe that computer. Leave.
Bessie, up to you.
You see essentially your operating system's version of a Windows Explorer window just pop up, and then just a whole bunch of stuff disappears. Mostly applications and just data that whoever previously owned this may have been attached to or may not have. Whatever the case, it's gone now. And a moment later, you just see the hard drive fill up to 99.999%. And there's a software program that seems to have just been written that is a compiler of sorts for whatever language this is.
Perfect.
That will cover the standard language of the Coalition of Alok and combine it to yours. However, additional languages are available, and I will require a great deal of space in order to provide you the entire library.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Yeah, let's wander off.
Yeah. Is it okay if we just leave our friends in those little tanks?
Well, they're coming
I
out of
guess.
stasis right now.
Yeah, no, as you're passing or approaching the dormitories, you're hearing the sounds of your fellow away team members just kind of arguing with the biodroids, and Hang on, I've got notes on them because I had voices for them at one point. I need to remember them. Hang on.
Kai, you're the diplomatic one. You get to handle this.
Have fun.
I'm a diplomatic one. Okay. I'm gonna, while you think of the voices, I'm gonna just peek into the first room, and I'm just gonna be. I think if Chris was in there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay,
Just gonna be
listen,
like,
you stupid clankerhead. What are you doing? Get out of my way. I am
Chris!
so tired of this.
hi, Chris.
Kai?
I don't know if we've been. Yeah. Okay. You know me. Okay. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, everything's fine. You're fine. These guys are fine. They're taking you out of stasis. You are totally okay. There's this big AI and you guys accidentally hit it, but they're not gonna kill us. Super cool. Name's Esh. Sounds like God. It's wild. You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go try to find a laser shotgun. I will be right back. Okay? Promise. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
He looks very confused and a little overwhelmed, but
You're
he just
totally
kind of
fine.
he just kind of nods and says, "Oh, okay. Great. I'll grab my stuff then."
She just finger guns her way back. So
No,
I'll
Adam
be back in a
Superior,
sec.
don't worry. We'll find a red button.
Oh, no.
Maybe one
No.
on the laser shotgun that we find.
Maybe.
Okay, so are we
Next.
gonna go the way that we didn't go, I guess?
Yeah, I guess. There's a little bit of rubble there. It will take you about 30 minutes to move it if you all work together. You could try enlisting one of the biodroids, but the biodroids are currently kind of poking and prodding the other away team members, making sure that they're okay. Kind of to the chagrin of the away team members, but I mean, they see you guys wandering around without the biodroids hassling you, so they assume
It's
they're
fine.
safe.
They're helping now.
You actually pass by a reptilian dominant human who says, helping, are they? Well, that's a change.
They're nice now.
Are you
Everything's nice now.
complaining? We could ask them to go back to the other mode.
No.
I would rather not. Don't touch me.
I turned to Kai. See, told you were the diplomatic one.
I know. I'm not very good at it either.
Okay, so after about 30 minutes of pretty
Rubble.
backbreaking work, it's not easy. Some of these are pretty big chunks of rock.
We have basically no strength as a group, so
We want our loot.
Beyond it, you do find a small, very, very decrepit and dusty room that's full of shelves and what look like weapon racks from a previous time. And there's a disproportionate number of weapon racks in there. It's actually a little concerning compared to the number of shelves. This is not a storage room. You deduce this is an armory. Yeah. Now go ahead and actually, no, I'm not gonna make you do it because I'm assuming you just have as much time as you need. So you spend like an hour poking around in there, seeing what's there. You learn with the translator on the computer, you now can recognize what these things are. And there are labels that are faded but still readable, and they're saying stuff like antimatter pulse weapon and particle cutting beam.
I want that one. Guy does that in universe. Just
Yep.
like that one.
Yep, as Leaf is translating, no doubt. And you some of the shelves are labeled stasis packs and plasma induction device, among other things. However, one of you, and I'm just gonna okay, it is Kai. Kai, as you're kind of poking around behind one of these racks, kind of in the shadows where you guys haven't really looked yet, you find a funny looking little device, and it's kind of got this odd convex front, and it looks like your fist fits into the front and holds onto a handle with a couple of thumb controls, and then the rest of it wraps around your arm. And on the front, it looks like it's got a couple of lenses, it's got a couple of other devices, and there seems to be a touchscreen on the top of it.
Okay, Kai is going to see that and get very excited and immediately put her hand into it and see what it does.
Okay. So what
Actually, should I roll to see if I know what this is?
Sure, go ahead and let me think. What would be an appropriate roll here?
I know you rolled something already, so I may have already.
I'm gonna have you make just a straight up intelligence check.
Okay, well, better than wisdom, so.
As we've seen.
Oh yes, I am not wise. 12.
12. Okay, so as you put your hand in, you feel the device start humming. And actually the part that wraps around your arm tightens and conforms to your arm. And the little screen on the back lights up, and instead of Leaf this time, you're pressing a button. And it shows a little like radial display, and you press. There's a blue, a yellow, a red, and a green button. Which one do you press?
It's not wise to press any of them, I don't think. For the record, I'm aiming this at a blank part of the wall, not at anyone else, not at the weapons, at something, at a blank wall.
You're gonna fire it inside the armory?
I'm not intent. I was told to pick a weapon. I was told to pick a button. I don't know what this does. Green.
Green? Okay.
Green means go.
Actually, there is a piercing blast, and a beam of particle energy just appears from one of the lenses and leaves a deep, scorched hole in the wall.
Guys,
God, that was not pointed at me.
this is the shit. Guys, this
Leaf
is amazing.
I'm gonna go look through the hole.
I guess thank Esh that
I'm
was
gonna
not
put
pointed
it down first.
Okay, you put it down, it stops humming. Actually, it takes a little bit of effort because it has wrapped itself around your arm and you don't know what button to press to turn that off.
Oh, I meant just point it down.
Oh,
Sorry.
you point it down? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not Leaf.
Leaf, you approach the hole and you just feel heat radiating from it. And you look through it and you swear you can see the lobby on the other side. And beyond that, you can see another hole smoking on the other side with a little bit of smoke rising up.
I like
Well.
this.
Hopefully that didn't hit anything important.
I think it's fine.
I mean, you
Gonna-
could, I mean, in theory, Ash can probably hear you if you want to try and ask.
Hey Ash, what is this thing?
That would be a Coalition Mark 4789B multi-tool with welding, fusion torch, flashlight, particle weapon, and hollow projector modules.
Of course, I didn't.
I
pick
think
the
we just
flashlight.
figured out which button is the cannon.
Yeah. Do you? You said we can take anything we want, right? Kind of.
You are welcome to that device. It is currently at low power, so you may have to figure out a way to adapt it to your systems.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I will be tinkering with this one. Thank you.
And it should be mentioned that this is a good moment for me to introduce you guys to the research system. All of the things that you can collect, all of the things that you can find, can potentially give you research points. And these fit into two broad categories. One's going to be xenotechnology, which is going to allow you to understand the hover car you found or this multi-tool. And the other is going to be straight up xenology. Anything having to do with alien life or alien culture fits into that one as well. So ultimately, while you can certainly trial and error this little device, for the time being, if you want to understand it fully, you will have to essentially spend whatever points you gain in xenotechnology to learn about this item. Finding this item provides you 5 points for xenotechnology research, and you can choose to expend those on whatever you want to do. We will talk about it at the end of the stream.
Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this bad boy. I know I said I wanted that plasma cutter, but like, if one of you guys want that, I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, what else is there in this room? What else can we grab?
I would very much like the stasis packs because that sounds like something Leaf is going to need at some point.
You do find
Not if Kai has this blaster thing.
No, we're good, man.
well, it could be
You're like
also,
Iron Man.
you might have
Sorry.
also set it to a setting that might not have been particularly good. So The thing about particle weapons in this universe is I gave them a functionality called versatile. It means you can do all sorts of stuff with them. You can essentially do what Star Trek did with phasers, where you can use them to melt things, you can use them to seal things, or you can use them to completely blow them up. So particle weapons are technology that is, except in large scale, beyond humanity right now. Your shuttle has a particle weapon, but that's because it's got the power plant of a shuttle to run off of.
Okay.
So
You just did with a handheld device what our big mining laser normally does.
No, I am very excited about this.
okay, so
Is anyone gonna take the plasma cutter? Because I mean, like, if we're gonna just leave it, oh,
it was a plasma induction device.
thank you. Well, there was something cutter, wasn't there?
There was also a particle cutter.
particle cutter. That's anybody want that?
It was a particle cutting lance, and that was one of the racks, one of the weapon racks. It is empty.
No, no.
Are there any
okay.
stasis packs or plasma induction devices left?
You do find one of the stasis packs. It looks like something that would wrap around a limb. Beyond that, it's got a button panel. You can try pressing buttons.
You have to.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to actually ask Bessie what the buttons do first.
Do it for Autumn Superior and press the red one. Oh, I should press the red one. I'm so sorry. Just realized there was a red button on it.
I mean, it's still got a little power. We can get to that in a sec. So you press the button on the, or no, you ask Bessie about the stasis device, and Bessie types out something along the lines of, stasis pack appears unpowered. However, similar interface will be useful for charging the stasis pack as well as the particle device you have found.
Yeah, I'm going to push the button and see if anything happens.
The screen kind of lights up a little bit. It flickers. It does not seem to have that much power left.
I guess I'll take it.
Okay.
This seems like the kind of thing that could be useful for someone who gets hurt a lot.
Very much. Excuse me. All right. So that provides you another 3 tech points. I'm just making some notes here. Okay, tech and the xenology. There is a there is a plasma induction device there. However, Eris, I'm assuming because you're the only other person who hasn't touched anything yet.
Yep.
I'm assuming you go to pick it up and you find you're not sure what this thing does, but whatever it is, it seems to have fused itself with the shelf that is below it.
You want help getting it off?
Is there any possible way to remove it?
I mean, with enough time and effort, you could do it, and take the little device with you.
Is that the only thing left?
Yes, besides a whole bunch of dust.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go check out the power plant.
Okay.
Yeah, no. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the
No,
effort.
it's definitely worth the
Are
time
you
and effort.
sure?
You should do it.
I was how long is it going to take?
I mean, with some help from the biodroids who actually have some built-in tools, it would take maybe 30 minutes to grind
30 minutes? It sounded like it was going to take forever. Absolutely, I want to do that. I thought it was going to be like, oh yeah, and like days from now, you can maybe get this out.
And that
Okay.
gives me half an hour unsupervised to find buttons to press.
Oh God, no! I'm
Kai,
no.
go with him.
No. Yeah, I'm following you absolutely. And I'm
Okay,
bringing
now you have the huge
friends.
cannon. So.
Please
My
don't blow
little
up the power
friend.
supply.
Oh no, I won't.
That would be bad.
Okay.
I don't press random buttons.
So you
Well,
guys, you just did.
I know.
So you
I'm
guys
rubbing
pass
off on her.
you guys pass a biodroid who's coming to help out Eris, and their hand has already morphed into what looks like saw blade. So they're just going in there to go give
Just
Eris a
going.
hand.
Away from that.
And you go back to this long corridor that's that passes by that lobby, and at the very end, you find the power room. And it's the power room. It doesn't look like a power room you've ever seen, except for the fact that there's just a whole bunch of pipes on the ceiling leading to 3 spherical devices, each on a pedestal. And in front of them is another pedestal with 3 buttons on it. And the buttons are all the same. Let me look them up. Where'd it go? So on the left, there is a blue button. In the middle, an orange button. And on the right, a red button.
You know which one I'm going to press.
As soon as I see the buttons, I'm going to grab Leaf by the shoulder. Just like, can we just think about this for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Leaf stops, goes, okay, fine. Thinks about it for a second, and then hits the red button.
No!
The power regulation device you are in front of, it immediately comes to life. You just hear it whir and hum, and it glows bright white.
Can Ash still hear us?
Yeah. In theory, Ash should be able to hear you wherever you are.
Okay.
Hey, Ash, did that work?
Or did that destroy everything?
It would appear my power supply has reached 90%. If
Did
you
it stop
return
there?
90% is sufficient for the time being. It should allow me to bring on multiple fabrication facilities, which will speed up the process of repair.
Lovely.
What else can you fabricate?
There is a great deal that this facility can fabricate. The few items that you created, I believe it was a ceremonial Choctaw bowl and a timekeeping device based on the Coalition home system. Those are 2 of approximately 7.62518 million items I can create.
Would any of those happen to be storage devices compatible with our systems?
Can you make us a hard drive?
Unfortunately, compatibility is something you will have to, I believe the word is troubleshoot, in order to attain access. However, I will provide you with a data capsule that can hold what I do have for this facility.
That
It will
would
be ready in
wonderful.
approximately 5 hours.
Perfect. Wonderful.
It is a
Anything else
difficult
you
print
can
software.
make that we might want? Just off the top of your head, you know?
At the moment, I must maintain a strict priority on fabrication needs. Currently, fabrication needs are a top priority for repair systems and increasing my workforce.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
There was some.
Was there anything else that you wanted unblocked?
Yeah.
If you go farther, error.
You don't sound like yourself, Ash.
After exiting the power station, if you turn right, you will find another blocked corridor. You can potentially get through there and find a material storage facility. I promise it is not an armory this time. In addition, if you return the way you came, if you stand by. If you go to the dormitory block, continue down, there is another collapsed hallway that I am detecting that will lead you to the 3rd transmitter of the array. Surely a scan will help your scientific and technological efforts.
Noted.
I would also recommend stopping by the archive. It is the door right next to your current location at the outpost power facility.
We'll go to the archive first.
Yeah, I'm going to the archive.
Okay?
Michael's still working on the.
I'm
Eris
still
is
sawing out
working.
my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, in the distance you can hear just the of just whatever buzzsaw this thing has attached to its arm just working on the shelf.
I like that Eris is just kind of like supervising, like, yeah, get it right there and there.
Hopefully not setting off the plasma induction device in the process. All right, so you end up in the archive. It's kind of a funny looking room. It's triangular in its footprint with 3 pillars, also triangular, going floor to ceiling. At the center, there's a small pedestal that seems to have a flickering holographic image on it. That image appears to be the mud pit. And the planet is flickering. You definitely recognize it, and it's slowly rotating on its axis. And as it comes around, you see what looks like a highlighted circular facility that roughly matches what you suspect the layout of this facility is.
Leaf, any guess at how we could access some logs?
Bessie?
Bessie simply types out touch one of the columns.
Are any of them red?
None of them are red. There is a red button on that central pedestal if you wanted to press that. However, on closer inspection, the columns have what look like inlaid triangular panels on them, and just dozens upon dozens of them.
Okay, I'll go.
I'm gonna, hit one.
All right. Actually, you notice as your hands approach them, they start to highlight. And when you touch them, they pop out and a small holographic image starts playing. And the entities in the images are very low res, but it's made of the same hard light, opaque light holograms that these people seem to use. And they seem to be fairly large entities with 3 legs, a long torso, and very, very long arms. And that seems to be what you keep finding. Do you look through? Do you just keep tapping triangles and see what shows up?
I think so. Yeah. If are they like all kind of static images or like?
They are not static images. When you tap them, you actually start hearing audio, and it's fairly decent quality. Some of it gets a little garbled. You suspect probably because of time having passed. It's in a language you do not understand, and they seem to be logs. And as you continue tapping these, you actually find variations. There are some entities that appear to be quadruped. There are some entities that appear to be aquatic. There are entities that appear cephalopod in nature or even crustacean-like. There are dozens of species recorded here.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a little, I don't know what kind of check this would be, to see if I recognize any of these species.
Are we going from personal memory, or are we?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say from personal memory that I'm not going to make you make a check, because this is something that you would know pretty well from what I know of your character. So I'm going to say some of them kind of seem similar to a species you've come across before. It's fun fact, this is not first contact for humanity, period. Humanity has found alien life before. And Kai's character, or Vicky's character, is aware of one species, and one species specifically. So this is definitely an aquatic species. It seems, I mean, if you were to believe Earth legend, they're practically like mermaids. So yeah, you find several entries that are similar, at least in form, to what you remember seeing.
Okay. Esh, can you, I know you said that you were prepping those, that storage device for us. Would it be a stretch to put these logs on it as well?
The logs were included in my estimate for storage capacity.
Hell yeah, thank you, Ash. I'm gonna be looking at these later.
Okay. So it should be mentioned, all of these logs give you a grand total of 6 xenology points.
Oh, we smart.
And you also, with the additional language codex that that Esh is going to give you, that's another 5 points. So essentially, it gives you a knowledge of the languages that are potentially involved, and it gives you something to study and to become familiar with these languages. So you have now the building blocks for a working understanding to create translations if you come across something that this database covers.
Cool.
All right. Is Leaf going to do anything besides press these little triangles, or?
Kai, are we done here?
You can press the button. It's fine.
I hit the button.
Okay, well, the button makes the hologram flicker. It shuts off for a second, and then a different hologram appears. It looks like a solar system, similar actually to the one that you have on that timepiece that you had fabricated.
Oh,
Nothing explodes.
thank God.
It would seem red and blue mean different things to these people.
All right. Are you all finished in here, Leaf? You happy that you pressed the button? We should go check out that.
I'm gonna hit it one more time as we walk out the door, and then
Okay,
just like
fine.
look over my shoulder to see if anything interesting happens.
It transforms into one of the most horrific looking creatures you have ever seen. Its teeth and tentacles and scales, it looks like something out of Eldritch Horror.
All right, but no, actually, no. If you hit that while we were on our way out of the room, Kai is not looking back. Kai is not paying attention. Kai is busy with the thing that's on her arm. She's very excited.
How does Wonder react?
Is Wonder with us?
Yeah, I'm going to say Wonder's kind of just been tagging along with Leaf this entire time. Leaf is Wonder's source of ration packs. Yes.
I would like to say I would like to be slowly like trying to train this space weasel.
Okay.
Like,
I'm going to say you've taught Leaf how, or not Leaf. Whoops. You've taught Wonder how to sit. And you're working on down now. Okay. Wonder doesn't seem to notice. Wonder is entirely focused on the bits of ration pack that you are using to train them. All right, now, Eris, the biodroid you are working with has finished sawing off this portion of the shelf, and you can handle this this plasma induction device. And first thing you notice is it's surprisingly heavy. And the other thing you note the other thing you notice is that there's something unusual about the metal. It should have, just based on the thickness and the tool that you know that biodroid was using, it should have been way easier to cut through it than it was. So between that sample of the alien metal alloy and the plasma induction device, you managed to net the group another 4 points of tech research.
Woo!
Even though the device is not functional, it seems to have accidentally, at least partially, gone off.
Should we be keeping track of these points?
I'm also keeping track of them, but it would be good for you guys to keep track of them so that you can keep me honest.
Found my pen. I lost my pen.
I do not have a pen. I don't have
What's our
anything.
total up to
Those
already?
were for what
Thank
point?
you.
So tech points, you have 5 from finding the handheld multi-tool that Kai currently has adopted. You have 3 from the stasis unit, and another 4 from the used plasma induction device and that sample of metal. As far as xenology tech points go, you have 6 from the log database and 5 from the database of language, the language codex, technically.
Cool.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna take this and I guess hobble over with the heavy device back to my crewmates. See what they're up to.
It's about the size of a soda can. It's not that heavy,
Okay.
but it's, I
I
mean,
assumed it was bigger.
not that big. It's, if you suspect, if it had been big enough for you to hobble, if it had even partially gone off, there would have been nothing left of this room.
Good to know. Well, I'm gonna take my soda can worth of things over to my crewmates.
All right. You notice the biodroids have started to disperse, and your fellow crew members are still kind of waking up from their stasis, but they seem more or less unharmed. And they're kind of just walking down the hall and just looking for an exit.
Are we wait, there was one other room that
There
I
were
think,
actually
right?
two. If you
Oh, okay.
continued down the hall where the dormitories are, you would eventually find another cave-in. A couple of hours work there, you'd be able to find something you could scan for more research. If you went the other way, past where the power system is, you would be able to find, with another little bit of work, you'd be able to find a materials storage area.
Do we
Tech
want to
first,
look?
then materials.
I mean, I don't. As far as story things go, I know that we can just be like, and it's been 5 hours. But like,
Pretty
I
much.
feel like we should probably get our teammates back relatively soon if they've been in,
Everyone
like,
else
they're-
is still worried.
they're healed, but yeah, like no one else knows what's going on. and
That's a
stuff. We should-
good point.
So like maybe we dip into, how long would materials take? Like,
Each of these would take about an hour. They're much bigger collapses than you had to deal with the armory.
okay. I don't know.
I mean, you can return. Ash has
Yeah.
said nothing about you guys not being allowed to return.
Also,
true, and
we're
I'm gonna-
actively helping clear away debris that Ash wants gone.
Yeah. And I also like, you guys can come back. I'm gonna need time to actually get our shuttle up and working because we have a broken shuttle right now and we're not getting off Earth until I can put some hours into that. So
Well, actually, we have transport out of here because we have that hovering thing. We have
The
our little
hover
hover
car.
car thing.
can that get, I thought it was just hovering, like it
Yeah, but that
stops
can get us
hovering.
back to the ship. So we can have, which means that the other away team members can take the truck back to camp. We just point them to the exit and tell them to watch out for slimes.
Okay. I mean, I can, again, the ship is not working. So I have to work on it anyway.
Do you want to take them back to camp and we'll
So,
keep
yeah.
excavating?
Grant, you want to split the party?
Uh-huh. It's
Sure.
the,
I mean-
hey, last
I mean,
we're
You can
so
just-
close.
Kyle,
What could go
It's
wrong?
not like I'm going to be doing active things, really. So
yeah, Kyle will be in good hands. She's going to be with let's see.
You'll be
what
with
are
two
the-
people who are both more competent than us.
But
It's
we'll
true.
be sending away our cannon. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you have no
Well, you
we want to clear
idea.
some debris. We have a cannon. I mean,
You have
debris
no
clear.
idea how much power this thing has left.
That's true.
eh,
I don't want to use it. I'm just going to crazy. I don't want to use it. I need to make sure I have more batteries in it. I shouldn't hold it near my face, but I don't want to make sure that it has batteries.
And
I'm
for
just
the
going to take them back.
and for the record, Kai is going to be very safe. Kai is going to be with Beta Team's Scout and Soldier, and also with Delta Team's Psionic Warrior.
Hell
she's,
yeah.
She's going to be safer than you guys are.
Bye.
We're really just sending away our protection.
yeah, we're sending away out the cannon we need to keep ourselves alive.
Okay, you know what? I almost died 3 times being y'all's turret. You can handle it. Ash is not trying to kill you anymore. I will see you back at base camp, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Come on, guys. I will explain everything on the way.
Which turns out to be a very interesting car ride and conversation back. Do you choose to be the turret this time, or do you ride shotgun for a change? There are probably other people who could be better turrets this time.
How are they? Yeah, they're feeling okay, right?
Yeah, they're doing just fine. In fact, they look better than they probably did when they went in.
I'm getting in the shotgun. Yeah, I'm like, I'm a
You
little
have a
tired.
soldier and a psionic warrior. Let one of them ride shotgun. Or let one of them ride turret.
No.
Yeah, actually,
And then
you find out the rest of the team's names. Marcus Kahl is the reptilian dominant. He's the soldier. So he just kind of straps himself in back and just stands there like a statue. And the other is the psionic warrior, the dwarf. I had a little fun with his name, Shaw Man, and he's just kind of standing back there, just lounging against the back of the truck bed, as if he doesn't care. So I know they're fine. They give you a ride back, and they also give you a hand getting your tools to the shuttle, and you can start working on that. While you're doing so, I think enough time has passed where Leaf and Eris, you are able to clear away the rubble leading to the transmitter array that Ash told you about. You go down another corridor. This one's very, 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 very dusty, and end up in a brightly lit room with what looks like, you want to call them antennas. They look kind of antenna-like, and they're just kind of recessed in the floor. And you notice that the light in this room is actually coming from them. And you take out...
What kind of light is this?
It is not blue radioactive light, I promise. It's kind of a warm white light, and it's it's kind of nice. There's a funny hum in there, but you have...
I have a bad feeling.
I would too.
You pull out, I'm going to assume you pull out Bessie and just start using what sensors are built into this computer. Just start scanning it and transferring it to probably your onboard computer for your spacesuit, because you have nowhere else to store it. So yeah, I'm going to say between the two of you, you fill up both spacesuits worth of memory, and yeah, you've got a full scan of that room, including emissions and power readings and stuff like that. Enough to give you the equivalent of 6 tech points.
Just make sure you don't let the suits forget fine dining and breathing.
Priorities.
It should be mentioned that your suits are ticking a little bit. The Geiger counters have woken up. But
I don't need to worry about breathing. I mean, I'll use up some of that storage space for a 7th tech point.
It was a SpongeBob reference, okay?
Anyway, it should be mentioned the radiation you are detecting is not enough to cause you, either one of you, any trouble, but you are detecting radiation with the Geiger counters in the suits. So, good thing you're wearing them.
What do we want to do now?
There's material storage if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Might as well.
Alrighty. Now, while you're working on that, Kai, this job, non-trivial. You actually, in the time it takes them to clear out the next set of rubble, you essentially take apart one of the engines to and it's like the entire landing platform has become your workshop, and just the parts from an entire engine are spread all over the place, and you're having to replace a lot of stuff. So it takes you several hours to do just the one engine, and then you realize you have to calibrate power systems and stuff like that. It's going to be about a day before you are completely done making sure this shuttle is going to fly you guys safely back to the ship.
That's fair.
All right. In that amount of time, Leaf and Eris, you do get through. The material storage room you find is actually what looks like 4 tall vats, each with a ladder leading to the top, and
there's a jellyfish in each one. Sorry.
If only. I would love to make that reference, but no. You actually climb up to the top and you peer in, and it looks like black sludge. Luckily, it's about halfway down, but you do see the black sludge kind of morph around and almost reach toward you.
Ash, what the hell is going on here?
That is a construction biofluid. It is what is used to create all items that I fabricate. You are welcome
Out
to...
of curiosity.
Yes.
This biofluid, if it's not contained, does it try to assimilate additional matter or something?
There have been moments where I have witnessed this of my previous synthetic construction units.
I can't
What
say
is it
anything. I'm
made
not
of?
actually there, but I would.
What is this made of?
Ash starts listing off complex chemistry and technical jargon that neither of you have the expertise to fully understand. Whatever it sounds like, it's technobabble of the nth degree. I mean, whatever it is, you guys know you don't have it. So, after going through what is actually more like 20 minutes of a description of this stuff, Esh finally says, "You would be welcome to take a barrelful should you wish to experiment and use it."
Yes, please.
Sorry, I dropped something again.
I just imagine we're hearing like just a resounding, like booming noise in the distance every time that happens.
Yes, you're not sure what it is, but whatever it is, it's just something went haywire somewhere. So yeah, there are barrels there and there are spouts that you can dispense this stuff in. You notice the spouts extend right into a port in the barrel so that nothing can get out. So it seems that whoever invented this took precautions to make sure that you wouldn't have issues if this stuff ever got out of containment, in theory. So you managed to fill it. It's about 500 kilograms of the stuff. It's heavy, and between the two of you, you might be able to maybe roll this barrel out of the facility. And I'm going to say it takes you about an hour to get from where you are in the facility out to the hover car. And it'll take you another hour just to get this thing in the hover car because it is heavy as all hell. But once you are in, do you have Bessie teach you how to drive this thing, or do you just try and wing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have Bessie.
Presumably...
Well, okay. I already know how to turn it on.
Yes, and how to control the lights.
Yeah.
That's all you need to drive anything.
Does it have something
That's what
that looks
my
like a
driving
steering
test
wheel?
was.
It has something that resembles a control surface of some kind. Are you gonna drive it, or is Eris gonna try and drive it?
I'm gonna try and drive it.
Okay.
Given that I have the one with.
Well,
the
we
point
could
in
also
driving.
ask Bessie to drive it.
You could.
No,
also.
Bessie can teach us. I thought it was Bessie can teach us. How
Yeah,
to
but
drive
Bessie,
it.
we already know Bessie can drive.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I guess we can put our lives in Bessie's hands.
Oh, we already did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right. You plug Bessie into the vehicle, and it just takes off down the corridor. And as you exit, you notice that first the truck is gone, but Bessie also kind of has to make a hard turn as one of the mining vehicles comes rumbling into the tunnel that you guys are in. And it looks like they've started working on the giant cave-in that happened at the end of the tunnel where you guys entered. So work is very well underway at this point. It takes you in this little vehicle, it takes you about 15 minutes actually to get back to the base instead of an hour that it normally would take. Bessie is really putting this thing through its paces, and it just flies across the planet. Do you go to the outpost, or do you go to the landing pad?
Outpost. I think. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to ask
Landing
Eris
pad.
first.
Landing pad.
I'd
probably.
like
Let's
to
go
get our
check in on
comms
Kai.
array online
That's
and send a
fair
report back
enough.
to the ship.
Okay, what if we drop you off there and then I will go on forward to the landing pad?
Well, once you drop me off, you won't have Bessie driving. So you'd better have Bessie teach you a bit about how to use this thing first.
How far away is the comms array from the...
It's
landing?
a 5-minute walk.
Okay, well, we can just stop there and I'll go walk off to the...
That
to the
works.
landing strip then.
Okay. So Leaf, you get started working on reestablishing contact with the ship. It's going to take you a little bit to undo some of the stuff you did, but you're working on it. Eris, you arrive to find, well, at least the engine's put back on, but when you get inside the shuttle, you find Kai kind of in the middle of half of the reactor housing. It's just all over the floor in the cargo bay of the shuttle.
How's it
Oh.
going?
Oh, hey, I'm working on it. It's taking a little bit longer than expected. This thing is, I don't know how they trashed it so bad, but they did.
got
gonna
got any kind of an ETA?
I like tomorrow. Sorry, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't. I have 2 toolkits. Like
Nothing. You're doing great. We found some goop stuff we got to take up with us too. It's pretty much all you missed at the facility.
Goop.
Yeah,
Eris.
you'll it's fine. Probably. It's fine. It's just some
Eris.
goop stuff. Yeah.
I can't leave y'all alone for 2 minutes, can I? Oh my god.
It's fine.
It tried to kill me. What's
took
fine
a
about
step
that?
Yeah, but I'm not
It's
there.
fine. Yeah, you're not here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just get the ship up and working.
Goes back
Okay,
in.
I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna go head back to leave.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. It should be mentioned. Well, no, you left the goop stuff in the hover vehicle. Okay, it's not going to cause Kai any trouble. It's fine.
I swear to God, no.
Okay, so you're able to reestablish comms with the Endurance in about half an hour.
Just to be clear, because have I reconnected the comms array to our main local systems, or did I just plug Bessie in like I did last time?
You can do either one. You're currently detecting no hostile action on the main system. It looks like Esh is keeping to their word and not trying to mess with you guys.
Given that we now know that putting stuff in a non-transmitting mode does absolutely nothing to protect it. Well, given I put Bessie in read-only mode and Bessie's still got, or in send-only mode, and Bessie's still got completely rewritten. Non-transmit or non-receiving mode does not seem to do much.
Nope. Nothing whatsoever.
So, yeah. Which means at this point, it's really just about it's all trust at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna reconnect the comms array to our local facilities.
Okay. It reconnects. You see all of the systems boot right back up, and it asks what signal you want to acquire. It has detected Endurance in orbit. It's also detected the strange signal of the alien facility now, so it's actually displaying 2 signals right now.
One moment. Do you know what we're gonna do? Can I connect to both at the same time?
Yeah, you could. You could.
Because that's definitely something Leaf would do.
No.
Okay. You establish.
I'm gonna connect to Endurance first.
Okay.
And just Endurance.
Okay. You connect to Endurance, and this time you have the bandwidth for a video image, and you see a slightly frazzled Major Dossie appear on the comms room screen, and he says, "Well, we were wondering when we'd be hearing from you guys. We noticed you've been wandering around. Thermals were showing movement of live things. So how are things? How'd everything go down there?"
Well, that interference turns out to be an alien AI.
Alien. Oh, okay. That's unexpected.
Considerably more sophisticated than anything we're gonna have for the next, call it a century, millennium.
Okay, I'll be sure not to tell the Admiral that. Well, okay. Is this AI hostile?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Turns out we accidentally engaged its self-defense protocols, which, fair enough, we drilled into its facility pretty close to its brain. Leaf says with confidence. So, fair enough. We may have made a deal with it.
Okay, what exactly does this deal entail?
Well, in exchange for A, letting us leave, and B, giving us a lot of tech and knowledge, which actually, Bessie, if you could initiate an upload of what you do have, that would be helpful.
Major Dossi just glances at another screen next to him and says, I have never seen code like that. What is going on here? Who's Bessie?
So you know how I'm not supposed to touch computers?
Oh no.
I touched a computer.
Leaf, we've been over this 100 times at least. No, not computers. Especially ones that appear to be sentient. Okay. Is it going to jettison all of the cryopods, or are we just getting some beneficial information here?
Language data. It's fine.
Language data. Language data for what?
Alien entity. Hello.
Okay, so this got a lot bigger than we were expecting. Not a simple repair mission after all. Got it.
No, we'll have a lot more data in shortly. Actually, did we bring the drive with us?
It was still being constructed, actually.
It's still being constructed. Okay.
Yeah. You suspect if you went back now, it would probably be ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of tech to bring up. Also, this is Wonder.
Oh my god, that thing looks terrifying. What? Where did you get? Why is it not eating you? What?
Turns out
You're not bringing that aboard the ship, are you?
do you want the bio team to look at it or not?
Okay.
He's really friendly. You just have to feed him. He'll eat anything.
That's what
Preferably
concerns
ration
me.
packs, but
Ration packs?
I know they're terrible, but he likes them.
Okay, I will not judge the thing for its taste. Interesting.
Yeah, and in exchange, we'll be leaving behind all of the non-sentient biodroids to help repair the facilities on planet, which we don't really have a good way to get them back to the ship anyway. And I'm not entirely convinced we could take them if we wanted to.
All right. Well, I mean, if we can't take them anyway, it makes perfect sense, I guess.
We kind of are. We didn't really give up anything that we weren't going to that we could have not taken. We didn't give up anything that we actually could have taken back by force.
Right, and I don't think force would have worked out very well anyway, judging by what I've heard.
No.
All right.
One sec. Oh yeah. Does the coalition of Alec mean anything to you?
I've never heard of anything. He turns to someone who seems to be off screen and says, "Hey, Admiral, you heard anything about a coalition of Alok or anything like that?" There's a reply, but you can't hear it, and he just says, "Yeah, no, it makes. I mean, it's Greek to us."
Alrighty.
I should mention, he's kind of glancing off to his side as someone probably is talking to him. Listen, the Admiral's wondering, is there any way we can leave a science team there? Would this AI be at all interested in that? What's your take on the situation? Would it be safe?
It made an explicit offer, said it would be okay. They might learn a lot. And as long as they don't initiate hostilities, they'll be fine. The local wildlife is a little, aggressive.
He glances at Wonder.
He says as he has his small pet of local wildlife origin.
That's mostly mouth and teeth just munching on this thing.
Oh, they get much bigger than this one.
They get bigger? Okay.
Yeah, this one's an itty bitty one.
He turns to whoever's next to him and says, "All right, make sure they send down a full security detachment armed to bear this time. Thanks."
Yeah, I'll have a full report for you back on the ship. Watch out for goop.
Goop?
We'll send up a sample.
Hang on. What do you goop?
Send up. We're going up. I know I'm not part of this conversation, but Kai is not staying here.
Sorry, we'll bring up a sample.
We replace Kai with the goop.
How dare you even joke about
Uh,
that?
We've got a sample, a data dump.
A big gun, kind of something.
And some tech that'll be very interesting for the science teams.
All
if you can
right.
pry it out of Kai's hands.
Wait, Kypris has tech that she's not. What?
She's very attached to it, or it's attached to her.
Okay, both are very concerning,
literally.
potentially. All right. Well, okay, just all right. Just let us know what you need if you need anything.
Would you like to just talk to Esh,
Ash?
the alien AI? Did I not say that?
Sure, I guess.
I immediately establish contact between the two.
You're gonna make Grant talk to Grant.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And I'm going to, as entertaining as that would be, I'm going to veto that immediately and just say there's a long conversation, and it's between Major Dossie, the Admiral, and also Chief Engineer Quarren, and another scientist who you don't recognize, who will become more important some other time. And they're just, having a long, very first contact conversation with this entity, and it could last for hours, you suspect. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I mean, I'm assuming we're leaving planet soon, right? So you can let them chit chat, and one of you guys has to go back and get the drive.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and get the drive while they're talking.
All right. And I'm going to say we're going to kind of just do a time skip montage at this point, because so Leaf, you go back and get the drive. You start gathering everything that you need from the planet, as far as samples and everything. You do take about half a day to see if there are any other animal or plant samples you can get. You get a few, essentially giving you another like 10 overall xenology points, just from all of that, including, I forgot to include the goop as part of the xenology. So you've got a decent amount of stuff to research over the course of this time. Kai, it takes you well into the next afternoon to finish repairing whatever was done to that shuttle, but it is repaired. Probably to your chagrin, Leaf and Eris pull the hover car into the cargo bay and then unload the goop next to it.
Why would we unload
container? I mean,
No. Actually, no. You're gonna keep that on there. You're gonna put it in the locked part, the part that you can lock and close. And you are not going to remind me that it's on this ship. Got it?
Done.
You lock it inside the hover car.
And then lock the hover car inside the cargo bay.
Yes.
And if it tries to leave, we burn it immediately with whatever the hell this is.
Please don't use that once we're in space. I don't
I don't
holes
want to
in
die.
spaceship.
Don't bring the goo out.
I won't let the goo out of its cage.
Who
There.
let the goo out? Okay, sorry. I could not help it. All right.
Ooze.
No.
Okay. All right. So you take off from the mud pit. You actually pass by the couple of shuttles that are being used to ferry the scientists and security people who are going to be now calling the mud pit home for probably the next couple generations. And you return to the ship. You find out that Beta and Delta team have recovered from their wounds. They're actually already well on their way to being frozen. So you don't really get a chance to talk to them, sadly. You suspect you will at some point. It's just they had to get back into stasis. In the meantime, any damaged equipment, you return to the quartermaster, who seems to be back to normal, or whatever strange normal T0DD is.
Todd. We love Todd.
I'm assuming you guys do not let Leaf anywhere near the buttons this time.
Absolutely not. I don't let Leaf like pass the threshold of the room.
It's okay. We'll see if you guys remember the next time you visit the quartermaster's office. So yeah, you return like the little arc pistol that you had that got fried day one.
Leaf is hiding Bessie under his shirt.
You hide Bessie, so T0DD has no idea that it's there. And yeah, you kind of just get some repair stuff going and make your final reports, and have just enough time before you're sent back into cryostasis to do one personal thing if you want to do it. So what is the thing that your characters would do prior to going back into cryosleep?
Besides like the normal stuff, I think
it should be mentioned, Esh did provide one additional thing for you guys, for the ship and for Endurance specifically and her crew. You find out after you arrive from Major Dossi that Esh has offered to relay messages and transmissions from Endurance to its calling station on Earth. And it takes a little bit, but Chief Engineer Quarren is able to adapt the array to directly communicate in a way that Earth would be able to pick up. So if you wanted to, you would have the ability to contact people back on Earth, even though it's been 200 years since anyone you knew probably lived. You can still find out how things are going if you wanted to. That is an option.
I think Kai doesn't have anyone to contact on Earth, but would I be able to look into those the logs and see, since we have the data package of the language and also the logs, if I can learn any more about specifically the species I may or may not have recognized?
Sure, you can do that.
Cool.
Yeah, do you want to just jump right into that, or I know Kyle, you have a little bit more of a time constraint. I just want to make sure whatever you want to do, we get done first.
We can do that first.
Okay, so I'm gonna say over the course of the couple of days it takes to get everything in order, have reports done, you spend some time in the xenology lab just looking at these data logs, and probably by the time you're done, you've more or less memorized them. And after running some physiological comparisons and stuff like that, you're more or less convinced that whatever species this is either a descendant or at least distantly related to the species that you grew up with. Beyond that, what little translation you are able to do, because this language is very much alien compared to what you're used to speaking, what little you manage to translate, it sounds like they are personal logs talking about what it was like to work in this facility at some point. The date stamps, the time stamps make no sense to you. It seems that their calendar has reached a 30th millennium, or 30th cycle. You're not sure if it's a millennium according to your calendar, but whatever it is, their standard rotation cycle seems to have reached a crazy scale, a scale that human history hasn't even existed long enough to match. So that's pretty much what you learn. These people appear to be engineers of some kind. You're not entirely sure what.
Okay. Cool. Interesting.
Alrighty.
Can I talk to, it's Major Dossi, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to Major Dossi for a minute. That's my thing. Just real quick. This won't take very long.
How's it going, Eris? What can I help you with?
Why don't we have a designation?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm gonna be straight with you. We weren't expecting to thaw you guys out. It's just the boss decided that, we might as well give you guys a chance to run a repair mission, because that's what we thought it was. You guys can come up with your designation anytime. That's something that's, seeing as you don't have one, if we've already gone through the entire Greek alphabet, I think we can let you do that. I mean, go for it. Talk to your crew members, talk to your teammates, decide it, and we'll update your designation in the system.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and talk to my crewmates then. Thank you, though.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, it was just an oversight.
Can I go talk to them?
Yep.
Hey guys, so it turns out we just have to pick our designation, and we've got one. They've already used up all of the Greek alphabet, but anyone got any ideas?
I'm sorry. So we get to pick our own name as a consolation prize for not being one of the 24 to 26 best teams. That feels good.
But we get to
Feels
pick
nice.
anything. We don't have to be alpha or beta or whatever. We can pick
I wanted to
whatever.
be alpha. All right, fine. What do you want?
Have any ideas? I don't know.
Team super awesome arm cannon. Like, I don't know. What do you want?
That seems pretty decent.
Team mud pit. I don't know.
I like that way more than I feel like I should.
Mud
A
pit.
mud pit or okay, team mud pit. You say you like that way more than you should. You came up with it, so.
It was a
That was-
joke.
I was saying Leaf came up with it.
Oh, I guess.
We could also
okay,
just
out of
flip
universe.
open to a random page in this alien dictionary.
Out of universe.
Mhm.
I would like to suggest that we let chat decide.
Okay.
Between
Team face. Let's do it.
no.
Anything but that, apparently.
Okay.
Oh well, or we can just keep it at mud pit. What do you guys think?
You could also, we could also
Let's see what chat comes up with.
Yeah.
If you guys think of anything, for right now it's mud pit, but we can amend this scene later if somebody thinks of a better team name.
For sure. There will be opportunities.
Well, that's pretty much all I cared about, so I think I'm ready to go back into cryo.
Okay.
You don't have cryo, but
Whatever stasis that Eris goes
Yeah.
into.
Meanwhile, Leaf is going to spend what little Tybee has unsupervised, since the other two are busy, patching Bessie into his cryo chamber so that they can talk while he's in stasis. Because
Okay.
dreams.
Okay, yeah, you find a place, I think, behind your cryo chamber where you just kind of hide Bessie, plugged into power, and you just link it into a data port on the back of the cryo chamber. So yeah, Bessie can totally communicate with you potentially while you're in cryo sleep. Mm-hmm.
Kyle,
Yeah.
because I know that Grant can sometimes, you didn't do this thing, consequences. I don't like your dog thing. Would you like a chance to save your dog thing? Because we're not going to get up for another hundreds of years.
Yeah, I also go bribe the I'm also gonna go bribe the bio people to when they're done, playing with Wonder, put it in cryo sleep with
Attached to whenever you wake up.
yeah.
Okay. You actually speak to one of the science biodroids who says, "Of course, I can certainly do that. We will run some tests to see whether or not this particular entity can survive our stasis process, but once we are sure we can do it, we will make sure that they are in stasis for when you return. It will be fine."
Appreciate
Jacob,
it.
really quick, I just wanted to shout out somebody. Jacob Jago said, I have hopped in with zero context, but Team Mud Pit is iconic. But don't listen to me, I have to leave in 10 minutes. Well, thank you for popping in. You can follow, we're actually at the end of this specific adventure. So if you have missed all of this stuff, we're going to be starting a new adventure in a few weeks. So if you follow us, you will get notified when that happens. If you want to pick up later. But
And
Team Mud Pit will be back.
Team Mud Pit shall return. And also check the about information for Teach Astronomy. You will find a link to the Active Galactic YouTube channel. That is where we have been archiving all of these episodes. So if you want to catch up on everything so far and the various shenanigans and buttons that Leaf has pressed, you can find them all there. You can also learn where Wonder the Weasel came from, ultimately.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say you also probably spend a little bit of time training Wonder. So Wonder learns a couple of new tricks. We'll go over that when Wonder reappears. And yeah, you all go into your stasis. Eris, you're probably first. You end up. They kind of make a cryotube, but it's a little bit different for you. Instead of cryotube, it just kind of creates a vacuum that would preserve all of your corrodable bits and pieces. So you're just shut down and go into a deep hibernation sleep. Leaf, you jump into your pod and immediately just drawn across the window looking out, you see all sorts of little text coming from Bessie saying, "Sleep well. I will be working on optimizing this shell for next time. Also coming up with additional improvements to the shell to allow me to have more space to work. Compiling will take approximately," and it shows just some silly amount of time that it'll take, but Bessie's apparently assuming you're going to be asleep for a while. Kai, you climb into the cryopod, and as the hatch closes behind you and you start hearing the cryogenic process start, you see one of the ship's maintenance robots roll up, and it deposits the blanket that you had set up initially, and it's going to be waiting there for you.
I just go, "Thank you." I said, like, I'm assuming fog's over kind of thing.
Pretty much. And with that, all of you end up in sleep for who knows how long.
And that's the end of our first adventure.
And miraculously, nobody died.
Hell yeah.
It's honestly shocking.
I came pretty close a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Especially at the end after finding out we were going up against God or whatever.
Hey, or whatever.
It was just the best voice I could come up with on the Go XLR. It was great. That being said,
fun.
as players now, you have a choice. You are allowed a research project between missions, and I've got a couple options available for you. There are several things that you picked up that are of note. One is going to be Wonder. Another is going to be the hover car. Another is going to be that multi-tool. And the last one is going to be the goo. If you choose to spend some of your points, each one of these costs 10 points on either Xenotech or Xenology. And depending on how you spend your points, you might be able to either use that specific item or learn something that allows you to have access to new technology when you wake up next.
How many points do we have total?
You have 18 tech points by my count, and
21 Xenology.
21 Xenology.
Okay, and Xenology is the only one that applies to these four, right?
Xenotech technically applies to the multi-tool and the there's also one more category I forgot. You can also use Xenology points to analyze the language codex, so it's more easily usable next time. Yeah, Michael.
Ooh. I just want to put that out there.
I mean, basically, with the points we have, we can only do 2 of these, right?
You could
3.
You could do
2
3.
of each
You could.
category.
Oh, we can. Okay.
You could do 1 tech and 2 things that are Xenology related.
What are the Xenology ones? Are only which ones are the Xenology ones?
Xenology, technically, you have Wonder, and you have the Codex, and technically I would allow you to do the goo because it's kind of living.
I think we should use one of those 2 on the goo, and maybe our tech one on the gun multi-tool thing.
I would love to use the one on the tech gun multi-tool thing. If that's okay with you guys, I would love to do that personally.
And I want to use one on the goo. Do you have one you would like to use the last 10 points
Languages.
on? Not Wonder?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna research your dog. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, do whatever you
No,
want.
Leaf is happy to just learn about Wonder as we go along.
That's fair.
Okay.
Wonder is a personal project.
I am going to have to actually stat out Wonder now. You realize that, right? Okay. All right. So the multi-tool is going to get researched, the languages, and the goo, and you will find out what those are next time. Michael, you might not, but we will fill you in. You will learn what crazy things are happening with the goo. I promise.
Awesome.
Yeah, for those who are unaware, is this end of? Do we have more things to do, Grant? Or...
Not really. That is all I wanted to cover.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We have officially ended mission 1.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Go Team Mud Pit! Ah. Okay. So just as a some quick notes for viewers. So as Grant said, this is the end of mission 1. That does not mean we're ending the series. This is going to be continuing, but the way we wanted to do this was, if you watch our channel, you know that me and Michael are on here every week. Grant is now on here every week and was here every once in a while beforehand. Kyle is our special guest this season, but is actually staying on for next season. Michael has to peace out, but we're going to have another old channel regular, Matthew, joining us for our next mission. The time is going to change a little bit. I think we figured it out, but we'll deal with that later because we're going to take, I'd say, what do you think, Grant? Like at least 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Maybe a full month.
Yeah, 3 weeks to a month gives me plenty of time to come up with the next adventure.
Yeah, it's a lot because Grant is doing this like all from scratch. It's crazy. His mind works in amazing ways. And we want to give him time to do that. So while this is the end of Adventure 1, Adventure 2 is going to be happening soon. In the meantime, we're still going to be doing Friday streams. They're just going to be more of a variety style stream. We might play a game or two here and there. We might, I know we're definitely going to, for the astronomy people out there, my partner just got a telescope and we're going to look at that because that'll be fun. So we're going to do stuff like that on Fridays. We'll still be here. Our regular streams obviously are still happening. But yeah, we'll have a little in between for the D&D in space. But again, if you want to like catch up on stuff, all of that is on the YouTube channel that is linked in the about page. And as far as housekeeping things that I do at the end of every stream, next week, Monday is canceled. If you were not here for this past Monday, I actually finished out our wilds. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do next Monday, but we're going to figure it out. But this Monday is canceled. We'll be back with astronomy news on Wednesday. And then, like I said, we'll be doing some sort of variety thing next Friday. And I think that's kind of everything. Please follow if you're new. You'll get notified when we do this, when we start mission number 2. And we also have Twitter and Instagram that you can find down below. Also, my Instagram is linked if you want to follow me. And we have Discord that you can join for people that are really nerdy that like to hang out. I think that's it. Subscribe if you want to, if you are so inclined. Like Autumn Superior before, who resubscribed before. I think that's it. Anybody else have anything to say? Anything to plug?
That's it. Adventures will continue next time.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining and hanging out. I look forward to bringing us back for the next adventure with these crazy and eccentric away team members that we always seem to have.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.